Hey, everyone. Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. Listen, it is your vision coach, LaToya Early, here supporting Christian female startup coaches as I help you start, grow, and monetize your coaching business from start to six figures in your niche. Listen, I am so excited to be before you on this fantabulous Monday morning, afternoon slash. If you don't know, this is a huge week for Chase Great. If you are not hip to what is going on here in the Chase Great space, listen, we have a lot of stuff going on. We have so much that we are rocking out with on this week. So I hope that you have been able to check out some of the things we have going on. I hope that you've been a part of the community. I hope that you've been being able to receive some of the nuggets that we've dropped. Listen, today we're going to talk about what you need to do to take your coaching business to the next level. So I want to give you ladies some time to come on in. You know the routine. Come on in. Let me know that you're here. Let me know what type of coach you are. Let me know whether or not you are aspiring or if you are growing. Let's go ahead and take this moment to welcome all of our amazing coaches into the space. If you are in our community, if you're in our Start to Six Figure community, hey ladies, you know the routine. Come on in. Let me know that you are here. Let me know what type of coach you are. If you're aspiring, if you're growing, I want to share with you today what you need to do to take your coaching business to the next level now. Like, what can LaToya? I'm a coach. I'm excited about coaching. Maybe you haven't yet launched your coaching business. Maybe you've launched your coaching business, but you are still in a space where you're trying to learn and figure out how to grow your coaching business. What I want to do is I want to share with you how to grow your coaching business now. What are some things that you can do to start implementing some of the strategies that I'm going to share with you so that you can take your coaching business from start to six figures in your niche. So I hope that you're ready, because I'm excited. Come on in. Let me know that you're here. If you know someone who's looking to start their coaching business, who just recently start their coaching business, or they're a coach and they're looking for some additional insights, some additional strategy, they're trying to figure out, how do I grow my coaching business? Then do me a favor and tag them in the comments. Tag them in the comments. Invite them to this live training. I want to share with you some strategies on how to grow your coaching business now. So you ladies already know the routine, you know the deal. If you are joining us each and every week, you want to make sure that you have your planner out so that you can take notes in your planner, so that you can write out some of the strategies that we're going to share. Of course, you're going to open up to your Maximize Your Monday for the week of, what's today? The week of the 10th of May. So you want to open up your journal. I've already started writing some stuff out. I'm not going to show y'all because there's some conference stuff on this journal, but you want to take this time to write out on your coach's journal some of the strategies that I'm going to share with you on today, so that you can be intentional with implementing what we're going to share over the next 20 minutes or so. Now, y'all know I enjoy coming on, kicking it with you, training with you, giving you all that I have. But unfortunately, today, I'm not going to be able to just pour and just talk all day, hopefully, because I have a conference to get ready for. If you have not registered for the conference for this coming week, listen, I'm telling you, I am telling you, you want to make sure you are in the building for this 3-day live working conference. When I tell you, the coaches are already in the community, dropping their doing their unboxing of their VIP boxes. We have some amazing things in the boxes waiting for you. You want to make sure that you're joining us for this 3-day training. Right now, we have an amazing opportunity going on where if you register for the 3-day training, you can bring a guest for free. So make sure you're taking advantage of that registration option. For the next 3 people that I get that registers for the conference, you will receive a free copy of my new book, From Start to Six Figures, my 12-step six-figure success system on how to take your coaching business from start to six figures. So let's go ahead and jump into today's training. I know you're wondering, what qualifies LaToya to stand before you and teach you and to train and to provide you all of the strategies that I've learned over the 9 years that Chase Great has been up and thriving. Listen, let me tell you, we've gone from barely making it We've gone from struggling. We've gone from wanting to quit. We've gone from wanting to just throw the whole business out of the window to finally establishing a foundation that is designed to support other coaches and to help them get clarity in their niche so that they can show up and be the expert for their ideal client. So when we talk about things that you need to implement in your business right now, what are some things that you need to do so that you can grow your business? The number one thing that you want to do is you need to get clear on who you're serving in your coaching business. Okay. Now, let me tell you why this is the most important step. When I first started coaching back in 2012, I didn't know anything about an ideal client, right? I knew about a target market. I knew about a target audience. I knew that I had to bring together some sort of messaging to speak directly to who I wanted to work with, but I didn't know the importance of really understanding who you're called to serve and support in your business so that you can make sure that your marketing and your messaging is speaking directly to that person. I had no idea, right? So I jumped out into the industry and I just started coaching. I wanted to coach everyone. Why? Because I absolutely love coaching. You ladies know coaching for me is a remedy to my bad day. If I'm in that place, if I'm in a funk and I'm like, I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like being bothered. I don't feel like doing anything. Put a client in front of me. It just changes the game. Listen, we just got off the phone. I just got off a conference call with the tech team that's going to be coming into my home this week to set up for the conference. Listen, y'all, I'm so excited about this. Last year, we had to pivot the conference and we had to go virtual, right? Well, we had to pivot, right in the middle of a snowstorm, right? And I mean that as in the pandemic. So right in the middle of a snowstorm, we had to pivot and we had to go virtual. Well, we did what we had to do in the time that we had, but we said, listen, if we're going to help the coaches take their coaching business to six figures in 2021, then we're going to have to show up. And so this morning I'm on in the meeting. We did our 10 a.m. meeting with my team. I did an 11 a.m. call with the tech team. And just being in that space made me so much more excited about what we're going to bring during this 3-day conference. The reason why I'm sharing that is because we're talking about how do I grow my business now? Some of you are wondering, why aren't I able to get clients? Why some of you may feel like, I'm ready to coach, but I don't have a program. I don't have a signature program to offer my clients. How do I make the amount of money I want to make in my program? And so we're talking about the number one thing that you have to be super clear on, and it's who you're called to serve. So how do I find out who I'm called to serve? We first identify the problem that you're called to solve. Now, I do know that, listen, there are so many different coaching ideologies out here. There's a lot of people who say you don't need to niche down. There's a lot of people who say you need to niche down. Everyone has had success in their own lane. That's what makes coaching so amazing. But what I've learned is that when I was able, here's what helped me identify that being niche specific is what will drive your coaching business to six figures. When I first started coaching, I wanted to coach everyone, and I was doing well. I was doing extremely well. I was coaching. I had clients. The problem is I was pulling different scenarios, situations, and problems from different areas. So I was coaching people with food trucks. I was coaching people with clothing apparel. I was coaching all of these different people. And what did I have to do as the expert? I needed to sit down and I had to study the craft so that I can make sure I'm giving them the proper solutions to their problem. Right. And so it gave me an amazing amount of knowledge and insight to a lot of different industries. However, it forced me to study in areas I wasn't interested in. Right. Listen, I'm not interested in how to start a food truck. I just want to know where the nearest one is so that I can purchase off this food truck, right? Like that wasn't my thing. And so I wanted to really take my skill and I wanted to turn it into an expert. I wanted to be an expert in what I was good at. And as I began to grow, niche marketing became so profound because one of the things that I felt my business was lacking was marketing. I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to go find a marketing expert. I need to go find a marketing consultant. I need someone who's going to grow my business when all I had to do was sit down and get clear of my message and get clear of the problem I solved and whose problem I solved. Once I gained the crystal clear information in those top 3 areas, then I was able to monetize the solution to the problem. And now we're able to continue. We're able to do that in a well-oiled cycle. Okay. One of the things that, we get caught up in is offering 100 different services so that we can appeal to 100 different people. That was me. I had like 5 different services you can select from. If this didn't work, you could go to this one. If this didn't work, you can go to this one. Here's where I began to collide. It's because I was trying to service too many people in too many areas. The moment I became crystal clear on who I wanted to service, which was Christian female startup coaches, and the problem that I wanted to help them solve, which was marketing, which was helping you get clarity in your voice, helping you get clarity in your vision, and teaching you how to package your voice, how to package the idea where it not only makes sense to the client, but it makes sense to you. Then we were able to effectively create a machine or a system where I didn't have to constantly readjust for the different people that was coming into the program. Does this make sense? Keep in mind, if you're joining us on live, make sure you hashtag live. If you're joining us on replay, make sure you hashtag replay. I want to know who's in the community. Come on in, introduce yourself. Let me know what type of coach you are. Let me know whether or not you're aspiring or if you're growing. We are streaming live on several different areas on several different platforms. So I want to know who's there checking out how to grow your coaching business. So we're talking about growth. How do I grow? The number one way to grow is to get clarity on who your coaching is for so that you can make sure that you're packaging the message for the person who's looking for it, right? You want to make sure you're packaging the message so that the person who's looking for it can see it. Not only do you want to package the messaging, but when you're talking about growth, you got to think about this. Think about growth like this. Every time a plant grows, let me use this as an example. So I just had to move my plant from one location to another, right? I've had this plant. This is my first plant. Don't talk about me. Listen, I have kids that I have to feed. I did not want a plant. I don't want pets. I don't want anything else that I have to give my attention to outside of my children and my husband, right? I digress. So I moved my plant. And so when I moved the plant started to it was kind of like it was whimpering. It was just such an amazing experience. It was like sad, like, oh my gosh, you moved me from my home, right? We watered it. I put it into a beautiful new vase, all of these things, and it's still limping. So I'm like, okay, the plant has to get used to the house. The plant has to get used to the new surrounding. So why am I saying that? When you're growing, the soil, the environment has to adjust. So when you're talking about growing in your coaching business, you have to be willing to adjust. So you have to be willing to adjust your messaging, not change your messaging, but adjust your messaging, adjust your marketing so that you can make sure that you're always speaking to your ideal client. Right. And so, again, we're not going to change the message because over in the Chase Great Niche Certification Program, we talk about the importance of your marketing and your messaging being congruent with the very thing that God has allowed you to heal from. So we don't change the message, we adjust the message. But if you're looking to grow, you have to be willing to adjust because you can't grow in a confined space. right? You can't grow. Think about, again, let's go back to the plant. It's time for me to repot my plant so that the plant can grow fuller, right? So I purchased a new vase. I'm waiting for my mom, somebody to come over here and help me replant pot these plants, because I don't know what I'm doing. However, I do know that the container that it's in now, the roots aren't able to spread, and the plant isn't able to really grow into its greatest potential because it needs to be repotted, right? So what does this have to do with your coaching business? If you're not willing to repot, if you're not willing to adjust, then you're going to have a hard time growing. If you've been doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results, then that's considered what? Insanity. And you're going to stay stuck. But if we're going to grow our coaching business, we have to be clear of who the coaching is for, because it's not for everyone. If you're still in that place where you're like, oh, my coaching is for, anybody who wants it. My coaching is for whoever wants it. That's not true. I was that coach. I was a coach like, listen, I can help anybody. And to be quite honest, I can. If you have a construction company, if you have a landscaping company, if you got a food truck, whatever vision you have, God has given me such an immaculate gift to help you walk you through that business and monetize it. The difference of it is, once you become niche focused and once you become niche specific, now you're able to stand out as the expert. We use all the time doctors, right? We go to the doctor. Say, for instance, you go to the doctor. As a matter of fact, I need to make an appointment to go to my ear, nose, and throat doctor. I can't go to my primary care physician to check my ears because they are not going to be able to support me like an ENT. So when you're talking about your coaching business, you want to establish yourself as the expert. Your messaging needs to be congruent with who you are called to serve. The programs that you offer needs to be congruent. Don't be random. Stop trying to appeal to your audience where you're trying to offer. Here's something that a lot of coaching programs tell you. Offer what your audience wants. Right? How many of you have heard that? Drop in the comments and let me know if you've heard a coach tell you to offer what your audience wants. And then I'm going to tell you what I've learned about offering what my audience wants. When I offer what my audience wants, it has caused me to be all over the place. Right? So my audience, they want, oh my God, can you show me how to build a program? Right? Cool. I offered last year. Was it last year? Last year was my last year that I was offering Program to Profit, where I was teaching you how to build a program. Then I had, oh my gosh, I need you to help me learn my ideal client. Okay, let me build out a program to help you learn your ideal client. So what I was doing is I was trying to appeal to all of these different desires. However, it was causing the business to just be all over the place versus consistency. Over in the 3-day training, we're going to talk about those 8 streams of income over in Ecclesiastics, because the Bible tells us to have multiple streams of income. During the conference, we're going to talk about how to create those multiple streams of income within your coaching business so that you don't feel like you're playing tug of war with everything all over the place, right? So and I'm so excited. Here's our workbook for the conference. It's just this workbook. Listen, y'all, this workbook is fire. You hear me? Let me see how to how it is. This workbook is absolutely amazing. Every registrant that registers for the conference will receive a workbook. Now, I will say, of course, my VIPs, y'all got your workbooks in the mail. Listen, do me a favor. If you got your workbook in the mail, go ahead and is it an envelope emoji or mailbox emoji or something? Show me that you got your workbook in the mail. For those of you who have not registered VIP, listen, it's okay. It's all right. You're still going to get this workbook, right? You're going to have the digital copy of the workbook, but you're still going to be able to work through each and every training session with us hands-on, and we have time for implementation. This is not a conference that you're going to sit back and I'm just going to dump. First of all, is 11 different workshops. You are not going to just sit down and be poured into. You're going to have to implement. One of the things we're going to talk about is one of the things we're going to talk about is you sitting down to identify messaging. Who am I talking to, right? Who am I talking to? What problem am I going to help my client solve? We're going to physically apply action to your business so that you can grow your business. So we're talking about growing your coaching business. What is that going to entail? How is it that, how did Chase Gray exceed six figures in our business? What are some of the things that we did? How are we able to grow our team so that we can be more efficient for the coaches who are joining our community? What does this look like, right? Again, we talked about the coaches who said, provide a service, give your audience what they need. And so I want to encourage you to become niche specific. Know the problem that you're called to solve. Now, you do want to do some market research. You do want to understand the language so that you're making sure that you're showing up and that you are packaging what you offer to your ideal client and that it connects with them. However, when you start offering 16 different programs, now you've caused your ideal client to withdraw because number one, you've given them way too many choices. Number two, you're not highlighting a specific problem that is going to magnify so that they can come into realization that they need it, right? Dr. Crystal, you haven't received your workbook? Don't worry. I just received a whole slew of notifications that boxes are being delivered today. So a lot of you should be receiving your boxes between today and tomorrow if you did not receive them on Saturday. Cool. So don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. So we're talking about growing your coaching business. I got 4 more minutes for you. We're talking about growing your coaching business and what does that look like? If you're going to grow, you have to be willing to adjust. Right? We talked about the plant, how I had to move the plant to another location. It's been whimpering for the past 2 weeks. I need to repot it because the roots needs to stretch out a little bit more. But if I'm not willing to adjust the plant for it to grow, it won't grow. You have to be willing to adjust. Some of the things that you're doing is not working. Some of you are saying that you want to coach, but you have not committed to what's required of growing a coaching business. So we're going to talk about the mindset during our 3-day training together as well, because I need you to, there's a switch that needs to happen in your thinking. Once that switch takes place, it's like the world changes, right? Once you've decided in your thinking that I am going to take my business to 6 figures, there's a switch that happens in your confidence. There's a switch that happens in your faith. And then there's a switch that happens in your work. It's a switch, right? And so I want to help you make that switch, right? So we've talked about the adjusting. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to adjust. If you want to grow, you have to be clear on who it is you're called to serve and support. This has to do everything to do with the programs that you offer so that you're not offering 100 different programs to 100 different people. This goes for your pricing. We're definitely going to talk about pricing during this 3-day training. Some of you are going to make some drastic changes in your pricing on when do we do this training? I think this one is on Thursday. You're going to do some drastic changes in your pricing. So if you're struggling with your pricing, if you have not set your pricing, again, our goal here at Chase Great is to help you take your business to 6 figures. So that means your pricing has to match where you're going. Your pricing has to match, because here's the thing. You can definitely go after 100 people at $97 and make $1,000, right? Not a problem. Or you can go after one person and make $1,000. Here's the reason why. And I told y'all 2 minutes. I'm for real. I got to stay on this clock. Here's the reason why you struggle with your pricing. The reason why you have a hard time with your pricing is because you haven't changed the way you think about money. That's the bottom line, right? That is the absolute bottom line. The reason why you have not hit six figures in your coaching business, the reason why our success coach, Dana, has not hit six figures in her coaching business is because Dana has not changed the way she look at money. Tell me I'm wrong. Yep, because Dana gonna be at the conference. And we're going to make some pricing adjustments. We're not only going to make some pricing adjustments, but we're going to make some mindset adjustments so that we can make some pricing adjustments. Hey, Ruth, right? We're going to make some mindset adjustments so we can, the moment you stop looking at money as a liability, let me see, is that the right way? So liability is doing harm to you. An asset is what? So the moment you stop, I don't even want to use that because that's not gonna make sense. The moment you stop hoarding money and stop being afraid of exchange, the moment that you stop thinking that money is hard, right? There we go. All right, Holy Spirit. The moment you stop thinking that money is hard, the moment you stop thinking that you gotta grind for money, because that's what a lot of us do. See, y'all play too much. My 2 minutes is up. The moment you stop thinking you have to grind for money, the moment that you stop thinking people can't afford this, because that's another terrible misconception that some of you are assuming what people will and will not invest in, because again, affordability is a mindset, and we're going to talk about that. People assume the level of affordability when affordability is really a mindset. You can afford anything you want. I just need y'all to know this. I understand you may be looking at your bank account, right? You may be looking at your bank account and you may be saying, oh my gosh, but my bank account says this. Been there, done that. I know I've paid more insufficient fees in my life than anything ever, right? And I know some of you are looking at your bank account and saying, but LaToya, right? Here's the thing. I don't care if you make $100 a week. You need to make a mental decision that out of that $100, you're going to put $10 to the side so that you can meet your financial goals that you desire. There is no such thing as something not being affordable. The question is, what will you lose if you don't sacrifice to get what you desire? Right? What will you lose? Because some of you are still in that mindset space where you're like, oh my gosh, people are not going to pay for this. I use as an example, and I told y'all I'm going to buy it just so that I can keep using it in my example. Tiffany & Company has an $1,800 paper clip. Can somebody tell me what I'm going to do with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to use it in my demonstration. People can afford or invest in whatever it is that they want. The problem is that your mindset has to match the discipline for you to get what you want. Don't tell me you can't afford it. So now on the coaching side, where you're talking about your pricing, what you're doing is you're projecting your lack, your insecurity, your lack of confidence, your money mindset on your client, on your business, and you're wondering why you aren't growing. You're wondering why you aren't able to hit a certain financial milestone that you desire in your business. The moment that I stop looking at money that way, there's a program that I'm getting ready to start in June. The program, it's a $10,000 program. Listen, I want the paper clip, Tanisha. The program is a $10,000 program. And at this point, I'm like, pay the $10,000. Like, why are we second guessing this? Let me tell you why. Not because it's like, oh, you out here, you this, none of that. It's because I understand the concept of money. And I understand as I sow, I shall reap. I understand that. I understand that money is a, y'all got me going into the conference. I'm not about to go there. Money is a seed. Money is a seed. Stop looking at it as a physical, even though I know it's a huge adjustment in your thinking. It's a huge shift, but money is a seed. As you sow, you shall reap. That's not even what I was supposed to be talking about. We're talking about growing your coaching business. We're talking about getting your clients, making sure you're clear on who you're called to serve. We're talking about adjusting so that you can be that plant, so that you can give your yourself room to be rooted and to grow. Those are the things we're talking about, right? Listen, if you have not already secured your seat for the conference, right now we have an opportunity for you to sow, and you can bring a guest with you. And I guarantee you there's over $20,000 worth of content that's being shared during this 3-day event. If you want to talk about, if you want to change the way you look at money, the first thing you want to do is invest into this training. That's the first thing you want to do. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about your pricing, and we're going to change your pricing during this 3-day training. Because in order for you to reap what you've sown, what did we just say? You have to be confident, right? There's a confidence shift that has to happen. In order for you to reap it, there's a pricing issue that we have to adjust. And then we have to change your mindset about money, right? We have to change your mindset about money. So right now you're able to secure your seat in the conference, and you're able to bring a friend for free. Look, Tanisha is she's one of the workshop facilitators. She's one of the workshop facilitators, and she's going to teach you how to establish yourself as a bestseller, as an expert in the coaching industry. Some of you want to write books. She's going to show you. She's going to show you. Her program alone, you see that? She said, my program is $20K by itself. So that means I'm still lowballing the value of this program. Her program is $20,000. Now you can invest $20,000 into Tanisha. We want you to. But how about you go ahead and invest this $1,297 so you can start now, and so that we can get you moving, so that you can get this $20,000, so that you can hire Tanisha and she can help you take your book from start to 6 figures. I mean, why not? And again, once you invest the 20 over in Genesis, Isaiah, he invested in the land and he reaped what? 100-fold. So you telling me that I can invest $20K into Tanisha, and then the word of God says and I'm due to reap 200,000? That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. We're learning about stocks and how you can invest. All of the stocks that's going on right now. You invest $50, $100 into this stock, and guess what? Over the next 6 months, you can turn that $100 investment into a $100,000 investment. It's the same thing. Why are you willing to invest $100 into this company, but you're not willing to invest that $100 into you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. I know you're undervaluing 20,000, super low ball. Like, you paying $1,200 to get over $20,000 worth of content. Over $20,000. Right? So here's the offer. For the next 3 people that secure their seat for the conference, I'm going to send you my new book. When I tell y'all the books are fresh off the print, I'm going to go live. Hopefully I have the book tomorrow. It was supposed to go in our VIP boxes, but the printing, the shipping, it just didn't come in together. So the books are being shipped separately. So this is why if you register for the conference, you will get a free copy of my new book, From Start to 6 Figures. It is my 12-step 6-figure success system that's going to walk you through every step LaToya went through to take her coaching business to exceed 6 figures. So For the next 3 people that secure their spot, you will get a free book and your guest will receive a free book. Okay. I'll probably go live tomorrow or sometime whenever the books get here, just so that I can show you the book, but the books will be shipped in the mail. So everyone who registers for the conference is getting a book. Like, how we going to go from start to 6 figures if I don't give you the 12-step plan to go from start to 6 figures, right? So listen, I'm done because I'm 9 minutes over. I told y'all I wasn't going to be on here long. I'm 9 minutes over. Have a fantastic week. Do me a favor, secure your spot for the conference. If you are ready to take your coaching business from start to 6 figures in your niche, you want to go ahead and register. Buy a ticket, bring a guest for free. At $12.97, that means that you guys are paying maybe $6.50 a piece. That is nothing. I wish I could show y'all the set because my project manager then came over to the house and she didn't start setting up the set, but she told me if I go live and show y'all, she is going to cut me. So I'm just going to leave it. Y'all going to have to just join the conference to see it. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. But when I tell you that your investment is not even going to be remotely close to what you're going to receive, I guarantee it. Go ahead, register so that you can secure your workbook. We have all of everything that you need inside of here. You'll get your book, and I'm going to show you myself and 8 other facilitators are going to help you grow your coaching business. Have a fantastic, fantastic Monday. I got to go. I got stuff to do. Love y'all. Be blessed.